Hi everyone! Today we are going to talk about Take Time, a very recent game that was translated and distributed in Greece by Kaisa Games, who also provided us this copy for this review. By the end of this video, you'll have all the information you need to know if this is a game that you and your group would enjoy, without any spoilers, so don't worry about that. The only spoiler you're going to get is that we very much enjoyed the game from start to finish, so most of the information you'll get are positive remarks. Before we get into all the details though, let's take a very quick look at the gameplay. Take Time is a cooperative game of limited communication that offers 40 different tests for players to pass. It is split in 10 chapters and each chapter includes 4 tests. There is a set of core rules that are true for all tests and special rules that are revealed separately for each chapter. Each test is represented by a clock. Players need to collectively place 12 cards around the clock in accordance to the rules. The deck consists of 24 cards in 2 different suits, numbered from 1 to 12. Each suit also has a different back, so even when the cards are kept secret, the back is visible to everyone. Only 12 of those cards are dealt to the players, and each player can only look at their own cards. Communication is only allowed before players look at their cards in their hand. Once a strategy is agreed upon, everyone picks up the cards they were dealt and silently take turns playing cards around the clock. Most cards have to be placed face down, so at that point you have to trust and work together with your teammates to make sure all cards are placed according to the rules. Once all cards are placed, they get revealed, and players check if they succeeded or not. If they did, they pass the test, and they move on to the next one. If they failed, they can try again with a bit of extra help, or put it aside for later and try the next one instead. As the game progresses, the tests increase in difficulty. Once all 40 of them are completed, there is a surprise waiting for you, which I won't reveal here. First things first, let's talk about the component quality. From the very first moment we set eyes on the box, we were very excited to see what's inside because it's pretty obvious that it is a luxurious production with very beautiful artwork. Needless to say, we were not disappointed. Everything is of very high quality, the artwork is gorgeous, there are golden foil details on the box, the envelopes, the cards, everywhere, and the designs are very intricate and beautiful. It's definitely a game that gets elevated by the components that it has, and honestly it was the reason why we picked this one as the first one to try from the games that Kaisa provided us with. Once you're done taking in the beauty of the game, you are probably ready to play your first session. For every session, the first one and anyone after that, the setup is just a minute long. You only have to find the right clock for the current session, shuffle a deck of just 24 cards, deal as many as needed to all the players that are included in the game, and then maybe read through a couple of extra rules for the chapter you are currently in. After all that, you're ready to go. Since I mentioned the rules, as you probably have noticed from the gameplay overview, there are 2 types of rules in Take Time. There are the core rules that are true for the whole game, and then there are special rules that you'll find in each chapter or each clock specifically. Some of those rules get repeated occasionally, so you're not constantly flooded with new information. All of the rules, both the core rules and the special rules, are very easy to understand, very simple, and very well presented in the rulebook. The great iconography definitely helps with remembering and understanding the rules, and the little help sheets that are included in each chapter have reminders in them for the rules that you may have encountered before, and are perfect for having the information you need readily available if and when you need to double check anything. The whole game includes 10 chapters, and each chapter has 4 tests in it. Each test takes about 5 to 10 minutes to complete. So based on that, it's very easy to complete one whole chapter in one sitting. Sometimes, of course, you'll have to repeat some tests if you fail and you want to make the extra attempts in order to succeed. In that case, the chapter will probably take a little bit longer than expected, but in any case, resetting the game and going again for an extra 5 minutes is not really a big deal. Because of that, the game is addictive in the best possible way. The short duration, together with the finite tests of increasing difficulty, make it so easy to just say, let's play one more. It gives you this feeling of wanting to get one step closer to your final goal, which is probably to finish all 10 chapters. For that exact reason, we ended up doing 4 chapters in one day, another 4 in the second day, and then the third day we finished the whole game. Of course, it was just the 2 of us, so it was easy to arrange several meetings throughout the day in the living room to play one more chapter. So our whole experience with the game was with just the 2 of us because there was no way we would wait for someone else to arrange meetings with us and play occasionally instead of every day. We definitely want to try it though, because it seems like it would be a completely different experience. There is a variant for the game for just 2 players, but we felt that it was very well implemented. Honestly, we think that the game is probably easier with just 2 players, mainly because there is less chaos and more predictability. We would go as far as to say that it is probably best played at 2 players, just because it's probably easy to find one good match rather than finding another 2 or 3 people with which you can play and communicate effectively for a game of limited communication. It reminded us of Skyrim in that regard. Even though the gameplay is completely different, the feeling we got was very similar. It is a game that has one phase for the players to communicate with each other and strategize, and then you have zero communication while actually playing the game. You have to trust the other player or the other players, pivot, adjust, and obviously sometimes start over. This, of course, is more likely to happen towards the final chapters because, as we said earlier, it is a game that has increased difficulty when you go from chapter 1 towards chapter 10. We did have some odd tests in between that just refused to get solved, but overall, we could feel that the difficulty indeed increased as we progressed further into the game. As the difficulty increases, though, so does our experience. So this is a very fun process because you can see that you are solving more difficulty tests, maybe with the same ease that you did solve the easier ones at the beginning. The rules do provide some extra help for your second, third, or fourth attempt on the same test, but we chose not to use that because we enjoyed the challenge and we didn't mind if the game took a little bit longer to complete than it would have been if we actually chose to use that help. If you don't like that, the option is there and it is actually rules as written. Of course, with the most difficult tests, some luck is also needed. If you get dealt all the wrong cards, there is no amount of skill that can save you. Fortunately, overall, we found that the game is mostly about planning, trusting your teammates, instinctual communication, and making sure that you have plans for contingencies. Some luck is required and is nice to have, but it's definitely not a game that we would consider luck-based. Now, if you are worried about the replay value of a game that has a finite amount of chapters to play through, we are happy to report that this is not a problem with Take Time. First of all, playing through all 10 chapters is a lot of game by itself, and there are some little extras that we won't spoil for you. You can find them on your own once you finish the game. Even at that stage, though, it's very easily played again because the changing rules keep it fresh, and it's highly unlikely that you will remember what you did 25 or 30 tests earlier. Even if you have experienced the whole game and you start playing again with a group of people who have not tried the game yet, it's still a good option because there is no quarterbacking in the game. Of course, the experienced player can give some advice and be a little bit more cautious during the communication phase, but then once the game starts, everyone is on their own and experience cannot overshadow the choices of all players around the table. I could easily see Take Time becoming an annual tradition for us because for the past couple of years, every Christmas or around that time, we would play My Island because it had the 2 extra boards to go through the game once more, and now we wanted an alternative and we probably found it. Finally, it is a game that is very easy to carry around. It is a small box, as you can see, and it doesn't require a lot of table space, so it's easily set up anywhere, but honestly, it would be a game that I would not take outdoors or in a space that it might be endangered because of the production quality. I would like to keep it safe at all costs. And that's it. We didn't have any true negative thing to comment about the game because we truly absolutely adored every moment of it, but hopefully you have all the information you need to know if it is a game that you and your group would actually enjoy. If you'd like to watch more videos like this, remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye.